The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and 3-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning, I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we begin this, Thursday?
It's a Thursday already.
It is. Odie Barret is back. Debbie is still a little under the weather, and we'll probably have Deb back on Monday is what we're expecting. I know you're kind of excited over that.
Hoping she'll be back, and I know it's probably not the easiest thing for everybody to wake up with me on their TV. But y'all got about used to it now. So.
They're getting better at it. No adjustment to the TV.
That's right.
How's the rest of your family? Anybody else in your family we need to talk about this week?
No, everybody's doing good. I got a cousin down in Florida, and I keep up with him every now and then. But
your family's sounding like mine. There ain't many of you.
It really isn't. Very few of us left.
We could have a family reunion in a phone booth, and not many people even know what that is anymore.
Yeah, potluck's a 6-piece chicken nugget, and we're good.
That's right. We do hope your day is going wonderful, and we start this day with sad news, and I'm not sure if everybody is aware of this. And one of our all-time favorite guys, John Snyder, who played Bo Duke, announced last night that his wife had passed away. What we're learning, and here's a picture. This is what John posted last night as we go to this. And this is his wife. I forget when they got married, but she came to him pretty much after that nasty divorce that he had, to where he lost everything that he owned.
And you could tell she wasn't in it for.
No, because he didn't have nothing.
He didn't have nothing.
And I think it was her idea of, you were Bo Duke, you need to go back to your roots, and then that's when he started all the filming and all of this, and she became a part of it. Sadness. Yep. He has not said what happened. Other reports that I am reading is that she most likely had cancer, and it took her life last night.
That cancer's tough. That's what got my father, and a lot of people have to deal with that cancer, and it's not easy to have to deal with, especially when you watch your loved one suffer through some of these.
Yeah, I know.
Elements.
And will they ever have a cure for this? I don't know.
Too much money for the pharmaceuticals to cure it.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot of people that wouldn't say that out loud, but it's like the common cold. Why cure that when everybody has to go get tons and tons of Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus?
That's exactly
and
right.
Other products, and NyQuil that knocks you out.
Yeah. If you drink a half a bottle of NyQuil, it'll usually make you feel better.
What is the go-to when you get a cold that you go get?
I drink a half a bottle of NyQuil and go to bed, and I wake up
half a bottle?
like $1 million.
You got a problem there, Odie.
It's just a little bit. It's okay.
But you don't hurt after that.
But I don't hurt after that.
And Angie makes really fun of me, because even the kids do, of grab Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus. If I even think I'm getting what? Flop, flop, fizz, fizz.
I can't do that. I don't know what it is.
It tastes horrible.
Yes, it does. But I'll get that bottle, turn on the TV, and I'll just take me a little sip every now and then.
Now, do you take the day or the night?
The night.
The night. That's supposed to be stronger, right?
Yeah, because the daytime doesn't make you drowsy, and so hopefully I'll sleep all night long, and I wake up the next day and don't need anything else. And knock on wood, it's worked.
We ain't even going to talk about those Dr. Tishner bottles we've seen laying in your truck.
Well, as long as you filter that through some white bread, it's okay.
I did not know, and I'm being honest with y'all, as a teenager and all through high school, I worked at Taylor's Pack-a-Sack. I worked over at Bailey Grocery, and people would come in, and it was always toward the end of the month. They'd be looking for Dr. Tishner's, and I just thought they had a cold or something. And as I grew older, I found out that ain't why they wanted that.
It was 50 cents a bottle?
Yeah. And it was 89% alcohol.
Yeah.
And that's what they were using it for. It was a cheaper way when they couldn't afford to go for the real thing.
That's got to be tough.
I guess it was kind of like, what was it, the double cola? When you couldn't afford a Coca-Cola, you had to go to the double cola machine that was 20 cents? You remember?
We go home, we thought Mama and Daddy was going to treat us right, and we had that Czech Cola from Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, I remember those.
Golly.
Oh, go ahead. Admit you've got Dr. Thunder in your refrigerator.
I don't right now, but I usually do. Now I know why they got it. Right?
Yeah, it makes more sense as you get to be an adult.
What's that? It's not Mountain Dew. It's Yes, Mountain Thunder or something.
Something to that effect.
Well, if you're thirsty, you'll drink it.
You doggone right you will. And I don't know, like Sam's, do they still have those cheaper drinks, Sam's Cola?
Sam's Cola.
Okay. But
And they're not bad.
I'm being honest with you, and again, I've always admitted this, when I don't feel well, a Coca-Cola, I don't know what's in it, but it makes me feel better. I always go to the real thing.
I drink mainly water. I will drink now. I drink my coffee in the morning, but mainly water, and I'll have every now and then I'll have a unsweet tea at lunch.
Any truth to that rumor that you used to date that girl that was on that commercial that sang that I'd like to teach the world to sing?
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a rumor. I was checking on that.
Yeah.
Already.
Bud Light, all of them.
Don't you? And boy, how times have changed. And we all remember any event that happened in Meridian, Mississippi. Used to, the Bud Girls were there.
Yeah.
You ain't going to see that no more.
Yeah, you have a stage full of Miss Bud Light.
Yeah, people enjoyed the shows. And that was, I think, back during...
That's what everybody went to the Chunky River Raft Race for.
That's where I was going.
To get in the water.
No, it was to see who won. Did they hold the contest there, or was it just... Okay, thought so.
Because, the water wasn't but that deep.
Ankle water.
You had to get up off your inner tube to pull it across.
That was a huge event for Chunky, Mississippi. Truly.
Oh, yeah, it quadrupled the population of Chunky for a day.
Yes, it did.
And
maybe a few.
And the Lauderdale County Jail, too, I believe. Never did go, but...
You just heard.
Yeah.
Where's Billy Solly when we need answers on all of that?
That's right.
A few things that used to happen in the Meridian area. Mountain Lightning is what we're getting. That's the name of that.
That's right.
The knockoff Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and it's good, too.
Mountain Lightning.
Yeah, I like a good Coca-Cola, but if I drink... You can't say Cokes anymore.
Well, that means
drink
everything.
Soda, it's going to be Mountain Dew. I can't say that.
And if you start using the word pop, I'm going to have to get a new special guest.
Yeah, we're not going to have to worry about that.
Seriously, I had an aunt that lived in West Virginia that referred to pop. And she'd come down, and we'd have to have translators. We didn't know what the heck she's talking about.
You want a Coke? Yeah. What kind?
Yeah.
Give me a Mountain Dew.
That is the South.
Yeah. Everything's a Coke. Didn't you say what kind?
Hey, I hate to break this to you, but we're going to turn off that heater there behind us. It
looks good, and the ambiance is great.
Right, but it's getting hot in here. When I came in here at 3:30 this morning, the air conditioning had been on like at 60, and I thought, I can't take this.
Just a little nip in the air.
Yeah. Right now, we're in Palm Beach, I think. It's still got warm up in here.
You got to wear shorts to work. This is crazy. We froze to death a couple of weeks ago. Got a cold front coming here. It might not be for a day, for a little while.
That's right. Let's talk about a few things that happened last night. We'll do one. We got a special guest coming up. We're going to find out what's going on in Meridian with the History Walk. This weekend, we're going to have sunshine to go with this. But Newton, Mississippi, anybody watching from the Newton area? Is starting to be issues in Newton, Mississippi. There's no other way to word this. And as we tell you and bring you the headlines of our communities, not only Meridian, anywhere that's surrounding these surrounding counties, we try to keep track of what's going on. But last night, this was a little after 8 o'clock, I believe is when all this happened. A car was shot up in downtown Newton. This would happen at the intersection of Pine Street and Ruffin Drive. Now, no injuries are being reported with those in the car, and I truly don't understand how you can pull up to a car and put multiple rounds through it and somebody walk away and go, whoop, I didn't get hit.
Unless you got armored plate.
But they were fortunate. Whizzed all around them. They did not get hit. But this is starting to be an every other day occurrence as it is in Meridian in Newton, Mississippi.
And what Barney say? You better nip it in the bud now. You're gonna have a problem like this down here.
Yeah.
Jump on that like white on rice and
take care of it.
And take care of it.
And what it's gonna take, and as I've talked to many police officers, and I get it why some people don't, but it has to start with every citizen. Tell what you saw. As soon as it happens, call somebody, write down tag numbers, put an end to it. Now, the flip side to that, are people nervous over reporting things that they'll get retaliation? Absolutely.
But you can do it anonymous, and that's not just here; it's everywhere. You can do this anonymously, and
have your ex-wife call it in.
Have your ex-wife call it in. But that's the only way you're gonna you're going to clear this up, you've got to start saying who did what and get these people off the street, and then it's going to be safer. Sometimes you got to go through a little bit of pain before you get to feeling good, and some of it's going to be hard, but if it's not you're saving your family. If you get this stuff cleaned up now, your family can rest easier.
So there we go. That's what happened in Newton last night. We got a lot to tell you about what went on in Meridian. We'll have that coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to Alan Brown. He's going to tell us what's going to happen with the history walk in downtown Meridian. It's going to be great. I think it kicks off at noon, but we'll get the details in just a moment from Alan as we start this Thursday morning all together. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been in business for over 10 years, and they have over 30 vendors inside, with a rotating inventory to fit that something special that you're looking for. The inventory constantly is updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located at 335 West Main Street, where you'll bump into a friend, and, well, we'll treat you like family. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Debbie. As Deb's off for the rest of the week, Odie has graciously been in filling in for her. And I was going to say you're starting to look more like her, but you're not. Odie.
No, that might give it away just a little bit.
There you go. We do hope Deb gets a little bit better and she's feeling better this morning is what we truly hope. And thank each and every one of you for inviting us into your home, whether you're watching this on your phone, on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook, and if you're watching us on television, come be a part of the show. You can add comments to the show by looking at either of these while you're watching television. We know what's going on in your home. We'd love to hear from you.
Good morning. I mean, a lot of people, Scott, and even with these glasses I can't see, and Tommy and that Sheriff Chancellor.
Yeah, there he is there.
Roy T. Old Clark County, good morning from them. A lot of people saying good morning. So good morning to everybody.
Look, I have to admit something before we go to Alan. I did better yesterday, y'all. I had my final surgery yesterday, and I got a blow pop.
That's what I thought. A blow pop. It even had gum in the middle.
Well, I might have caused a scene, though, the week before at Dr. Mason's office.
I used to get those that had the double sticks to it.
I handled it very well yesterday. They put me in the chair the week before, and
strapped you down, didn't they?
It took four ladies, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all that helped me. It was just, I couldn't get over the fact that something was coming at my eyeball, and I was like, wow!
And you can't close your eye, can you?
No, they kept saying, open it, Scotty Ray, and I can't. And the more I thought about it, the worse it got. And a surgery that was supposed to take 60 seconds last week took an hour and something because I was having issues. But yesterday went, I'm telling you, like that. And I was in and out back in the truck before I knew what happened.
Pull out the expensive suckers. We got to get him out of here.
Tease me with that blow pop.
That's right.
But it is miraculously. And what I had was, and I tried to convince myself I was young, getting them early, but I'm just old. But what do you call those? Cataracts is what I had. And I've had all of the surgeries, and I should be back to normal. I can actually read this stuff now.
Now, if you had that glaucoma,
That's right.
Could have got you a prescription.
So if you're floating along here and one day you wake up and you can't see, go have that checked out to make sure that it's not. Because Brother Danny just got to where he was all blurry and I didn't recognize him.
So you can read that?
Yeah. It says, good morning, have a blessed day. As you well know, 2 days ago, I couldn't read it. Get Debbie some Fireball. I'm seeing all this. Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, I can read it. I mean, maybe that prescription's working.
It may be. Dr. Alan Brown joins us now as we find out about what's going on downtown Meridian. Alan, how in the world are you today?
I'm just fine. It is hard for me to keep a straight face while I'm sitting across from you, too.
Alan was telling us, and if you've never met Dr. Alan Brown, he's a teacher at the University of West Alabama, and he was telling us how his students just didn't think his jokes were funny. We did.
We did, yeah. We'll have to have a talk with
We'll
him.
come over and be special guest speakers if you need anybody one day in one of your speech classes. We'd
Yes.
be glad to come over and talk.
I'd love to have
Yeah,
you.
tell them what not to do.
Yes. Things that your parents didn't tell you.
That's right.
This will come in handy later in life.
You will use it.
You're going to be a part of the history walk. You've been, because you're kind of like us, you talk a lot, and they're going to have you downtown Meridian. Tell us when and where and all of this begins.
Okay. It's going to be downtown Meridian. It's a self-guided tour. You can pick up your maps at Dumont Plaza. The tour makes a loop from the courthouse to City Hall. It's free. It is family friendly. There will be porta potties there. There will be, I guess there's still going to be food trucks.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago there were, where we're going to have 4 food trucks.
I would imagine with it being sunny tomorrow, people will even more want.
You would think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any word if the hot dog hottie will be a part of this? Because she's disappeared from the scene of Meridian the last 10 years. I don't know if y'all know this.
Well, now, didn't Oscar Mayer Wienermobile show up in Clark County?
It broke down, I heard.
They need to tow it on over here.
But Meridian has so much to offer. You never know what will show up.
That is true.
Yeah.
I am not joking about the hot dog hottie, and y'all know that. People used to go buy the hot dogs when they weren't even hungry, and y'all know that.
Yeah, wherever she pulled that trailer and parked it is where I had lunch.
Give me
that day.
25 of those and put some extra relish on it. Yeah.
I don't know how much it was.
Nobody ever knew. We interviewed her a lot. Oh,
Yeah,
we
I
Why am I not surprised?
On scene.
We've hijacked Alan's interview about what's going on in Meridian.
Yeah.
But tell us, as we find out all that is there, what type of scenes is going to be there? What can we learn in this history walk? What's going to be set up?
I forgot what I was going to say. I'm
Well,
still thinking about the hot dog hottie. Well, let's see.
He
We're
lost track himself now. So it's easy.
well, let's see. We're going to have Chief Pushmataha, and we're going to have someone talk about the 3-foot building, someone talk about Weidman's, I think Mrs. Weidman is
Right.
going to be portrayed. Charles Robush will be there. He's portrayed by our deputy sheriff.
Yeah, Ward will be there.
Yeah.
In full character.
Yeah, and his bad wig.
Yeah, his bad wig.
He tried to brush it last time he was here.
We watched that, didn't we?
I told Scotty Ray last time it looked like a dead squirrel on the top of his head.
It did. He said, I should have brushed this before I came this morning. It's not going to help now.
Oh, y'all killing me. You see all this downtown Meridian, Ward and Squirrel.
I hope Ward doesn't arrest me when I'm downtown Saturday.
But I think he will be at the courthouse, won't he? Isn't that where he was last year?
Yes. He is going to talk about his great-great-grandfather. And you're going to learn a lot about history.
Right.
And a lot of things that you didn't know, but interesting anyway. And I tell my students, I throw a lot of fun facts out, and I'll say, this is completely worthless knowledge. But sometimes it's good to learn stuff that makes you feel a little smarter, maybe,
Right.
than you did before, which is why I watch Jeopardy.
You learn a lot there, don't you?
That's the most knowledge I retain is the stuff that I don't need.
Well, there you go. It just sticks in your head.
Yes.
You can't shake it.
That's right.
Any chance that they're ever going to add that exhibit of that guy that is a part of the Rose Hill Cemetery tour that had all the girlfriends and his wife wouldn't bury him?
I don't know, but
Somebody needs to portray him.
You could have that guy, and you could have like 5 hotties standing
There
behind
you go.
him.
With a hot dog stand.
That's it.
I'm going to suggest
That's
that to
what we
Ann.
And folks, I'm not joking about that. That really happened in Meridian's history. I think he was a businessman,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
he just happened to have several girlfriends on the side. And he passes away, I think, with maybe one of his girlfriends, and his wife refused to bury him.
And his girlfriend, what is it?
They all
say?
pitched in and paid for his funeral.
They did.
And this got on there, what, erected by his girlfriend?
Right.
On his tombstone?
Yeah.
Go up there and read it.
It's on the tombstone in Meridian, Mississippi.
Yeah.
That is a part of our history. It truly is.
And that is why you need to take the Rose Hill Cemetery tour
Yes.
in September.
That is one of the most fun things I've ever. You and I have done it
Oh,
together.
yeah, that was fun. Standing in line was not fun.
No. It's a long line.
Although it was kind of fun watching all those people come up and talk to you.
That was a hoot, wasn't
That
it?
was a hoot. You're famous.
I don't know about all that now.
Or infamous.
But we talked to a bunch of people that night.
We did.
But this is happening. Is it noon again?
It is noon to 4, and each person will be talking between 5 and 8 minutes.
Now, your specialty is going to be Ghost of Meridian, correct?
Well, I'm going to talk about the Union Hotel and the Terminal Hotel.
They've cut his parts. I forgot to ask you.
And the Terminal Hotel is the one that has the ghost stories. Union Hotel does not. But I found out something interesting
What's
about
that?
the Union Hotel last night. That Weidman's had a counter there and 4 stools in the early 1900s. And that was before they moved to their present location in 1923.
Oh, wow.
Didn't know all that.
Which means they've been there 100 years. I wonder if Charles Frazier's going to celebrate that.
He needs to, doesn't
Yes,
he?
He
he
needs
does.
to. Yeah.
I was in there with him a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Man, that was some good cornbread.
Oh, yeah. That black bottom pie, you can't
Yes.
eat that. Holy moly.
I tell you, I'm stuck on that pork loin.
That pork loin is good. You and I had that last time we went.
Yeah, sure did. Man, it was
But
good.
what a place to go. We invite you out this weekend. This is going to be a lot of fun downtown Meridian. You bump it. I'll be there. I'm floating around. I got to take some pictures and see what all is going on. Alan will be there.
Are you going to portray one of the 2 men who were hanged at the Lauderdale County
Oh,
jail?
no, I don't want to pray nobody. That happened too.
You and Odie could be both of them.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be, isn't it supposed to be kind of haunted up there too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that could happen quickly.
I want to go see it because there for a while I portrayed one of the characters, and so you don't get
a
to see
jailbird?
it. And well, yeah. So you don't get to see these things, and you don't get to learn about it because you're part. And it's hard to come up for 5 minutes and talk. It's either going to be 4 minutes or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I want to go see so I can learn myself because I was always on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Again, tell us where to show up to get the maps and where to begin the tour.
You go to Dumont Plaza, and like I say, it's a loop
Right.
between City Hall and the courthouse, and you just follow everybody else,
All right.
and we won't talk long enough for you to get bored.
There you
I
go.
promise.
Downtown Meridian. Come take part of the festivities. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alan, thank you for coming by and telling
Well,
us
thank you
about
for
all of
having
this.
me.
We'll be right back. We've got more on the way as we begin this morning.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hummon. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Odie this morning. Have you been, I got a note about coffee. Have you been rerunning the coffee grounds at work to save cash?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean they're good for 2 runs, aren't they? You just add a little new fresh in the middle. You push the old back, add to the middle.
I
stir
had
it
an
up a
aunt
little
that used to do that, y'all.
Yeah, and
She'd
nobody
run through that
complained.
Mr. Coffee, and you wouldn't know it.
No, nobody's complaining.
Again, we do hope you'll come out and enjoy everything that's happening in Meridian this weekend. A few things that went on in Meridian yesterday. We did have someone that was shot. As we switch gears to some more serious things that happened, this person would drive themselves or be taken to the hospital by personal car. As we pull this up to take a look about this, and from my understanding is the person was shot in the foot. And as police showed up to the scene, what happened? I don't know. Who did that? I don't know. Where did it happen? I don't know. And that was the end of the interview. As we've talked about that so many times of crimes that happen, people just can't remember when it comes to giving details later because they are scared. Now, I wasn't on the scene. This is passed down to me through a little bit of extra there as we kind of exaggerated there of how the interview may have went. But at the end of the day, the police didn't get a lot of information from this gentleman that got shot. Now, as we look at this, how and where did it happen? Well, we're not exactly sure where it happened, but I do have evidence of other things that went on in Meridian before that. So I think there's a tie-in. We cannot put our hand on the Holy Bible and say it happened this way, but let's move on and take a look at what happened just previously to that. As we look at, well, an apartment was struck on 1900 block and 33rd Avenue. Gunshots rang out there. We would find out that an apartment had a window blown out of it, which would be a bullet going through there and striking the wall. We had moments before that the reports of the gunfire there. Now, this was before we knew. Yeah. And I always put this, if you'll notice, when we first put this out there, I'll always put no injury or damage at this time.
Because you don't know.
10 minutes later, an hour later, sometimes it's a day later, I will find out that there really was damage and somebody will come up and say this. Now, can we guarantee this man was hurt in that area? No. But we do know that there was gunfire on that side of town. Some 30 to 40 minutes later, he would hobble into a hospital to get treatment.
Well, you know, if we don't change our ways to proactive,
that's correct.
We're going to be stuck in reactive, and that's not where you want to be. You don't want to react to what's going on. You want to be on top of it before it happens and take care of this. A proactive community will flourish where a reactive community will not.
You know, and I don't know everything in the world, but I do know this. You firemen out there, and this is just the way it is. The Meridian Fire Department, the way it is set up in town, they are at a scene faster than I can type it. Mm-hmm. Now, the police is not done that way. They drive around here, but let's look at this. Maybe the fire department is on something. You have a group that stays over here in this area of town. You have a group of police officers that stay here. If something happens, they're there with it. A lot of times, I mean, seriously, the fire department is there within 60 seconds to 2 minutes, faster than I can get a map and misspell something.
And I tell you, Meridian Fire Department, they continue to train. They continue to hone their professionalism. Jason has been a great chief guy over there. Grew up, started in the Bailey Volunteer Fire Department and worked his way up and went through the ranks, and so he's been there with the guys. He knows the guys, and when it's time to go, when that buzzer goes off and they're called, they're going, and they're quick.
They are. I'm telling you.
You've got just a few minutes to get dressed, to get in the truck, and go. So they are Johnny on the spot.
Gunfire was not over. We also had shots fired yesterday on 34th Avenue. Again, no injury reported. This was 20th Street and 34th Avenue. We had a lot of action in between 7 p.m. and about 8:30 last night. It was a lot going on. And then it seemed to calm down in the overnight hours. Now, could there have been other things that happened in the overnight hours that I have not been aware of yet? True, it could have. We also had shots reported, Odie, over on 52nd Avenue and 5th Street. Now, this was one of the most serious reports of shots fired last night. I had a young lady get in touch with me. She said, I just heard between 30 to 50 shots fired right outside my home, right down the street from me.
And we used to have a camera in that area, and that's one of those areas that really need to be covered by a camera. Like a
3-camera street.
Yeah. And some people have said, I can't believe they've got red and blue lights flashing on the cameras. And, okay, I agree with you. Some cameras need to be put up where they're not seen. But those cameras that have the red and blue flashing lights that warn everybody, hey, there's a camera here, we're recording, it really does work as a deterrent. You're still going to have people who do something they shouldn't do, but it does work as a deterrent. But we still need cameras up in all these other areas. I hate Big Brother. But until we get this under control, we've got to find out what's going on, because nobody will tell us.
And you're thinking, boy, you're already through with all this gunfire talk. No, I'm not. Let's go on right up by Highland Park. We had more shots fired there yesterday. 44th Avenue and 26th Street, reports of gunfire there. Again, no one was hurt. And to my knowledge, no structures were hit or anything like that. But it did happen, and everyone needs to know about it. You cannot fix something unless you're aware of what goes on.
That's right.
All right, that's where we are on gunfire for what happened yesterday. We'll be kicking off today. As always, if you want to know more about this, you go, how can I learn about this? We'll report this all during the day. Follow us on Facebook or YouTube. We're up on this as it happens. Follow us. You'll find out so much more.
And
on
hit
the way,
that follow button, so when you do post something, it sends a note to your phone, hey, Scotty Ray's posted something new. So you're
if we
up
go
to
live
date right then. That's right.
It lets you know if we're going to be talking about something. And when the weather is bad, it's a great way to keep up with what happens in our area and the surrounding areas. And as always, if you live in another neighboring town, I try to set up people that are very trustworthy in those areas, that know the information, that send it to me, that then we move on to the police as soon as we get the information to get the behind the scenes information.
Well, a lot of our weather comes out of the Jasper County area.
Yes.
So I know you, along with us, we monitor that entire area to know what's coming our way.
Yeah, you're on Jasper County just like I am, because whatever happens in Jasper is going to touch Clark, it's going to affect Lauderdale, and also Newton.
Yep. So all that is completely covered, and definitely hit that follow button so you'll know anytime Scotty Ray goes live that you get the best information quick as possible.
Hey, coming up, we're going to go back in time and look at this day in history. Not as much happened today, but we'll tell you what we do know about. All of that's next. Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
It's finally here, the springtime Sweet Pea Swap, located at the old Jeffries building at Bonita Lakes. Drop-offs February 23rd through February the 25th. Thursday, March 2nd, 5 to 9 p.m. is paid ticket holders pre-sale. Tickets are only $10 each. The public sale begins Friday, March the 3rd, 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. Saturday, March 4th, 10 to 7. Sunday, 25% off, 1 to 6 p.m. And Monday, March the 6th, 50% off, 10 until 7 p.m. It's the spring Sweet Pea Swap at the old Jeffries building by Bonita Lakes Mall.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Debbie, as we do have, of course, Odie here filling in for us this week. And thank you so much for being a part of this. I was reminded, every now and then a quote comes to you, and I don't have it exactly the way it was said in history, but this is definitely a quote worth remembering. Abraham Lincoln made this comment. And again, I don't have the exact wording of it, but I have the all-around version of it. He said, sometimes it's better to be thought of as a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Always remember that in life.
Yeah.
Because you can. Somebody can think, well, you don't know much, and you open your mouth and they go, yep, it's better for them just thinking. As we go back in time, let's go back to 1836. This was a big day. Alan, you know a lot about history here as we talk about things that go on. Let's go to the great state of Texas. What do you think happened today in Texas?
The Alamo.
Well, that's it.
That's it.
As we look at this man is good at this game.
I mean, quick.
the battle began, and we did lose a lot of famous people that were part of this. The Bowie knife, Jim Bowie was there.
Yeah.
Davy Crockett, squeal like a girl, as he said in the movie. Now, we don't know that that actually happened, but it sure sounded good, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
You may kill me, but I'm going to holler.
Well, let other people know.
And so you don't really understand the importance of what went on there. And a lot of American lives were lost there so that we could have the country that we have today.
That's right.
History really and truly is important as we look back on these things. Let's look at the next thing that happened. It would be a song that has been around forever. Do you sing this, any? This is your land, this is my... How does it go? Woody Guthrie. This land is your land, this land is my land.
From California
To the
sunny highlands.
Yeah, it doesn't get
Something
played
like
as
that.
much these days.
No, but it was a good song.
It was, and it was big at the time. It made a star out of him.
Yeah.
We always wondered how Tim got her, if you'll remember back, of Tim the Tool Man. I never would have known her real name, but today her name on the TV show was Jill. Anybody remember her from Home Improvement, the wife?
And I hadn't seen her in anything since then.
Let me scare you, because as each of us sit back here and we in our minds we think we're still 20. Do you know how old she is now? She's tapping 75. Wow. I have her envisioned just like this, frozen in time. Yeah. But as we all get older, she's climbing on up the ladder there. I think she's actually like 73. But how did this happen? Where did time go?
I mean, just that quick. Boom.
Scotty Ray, you remember what Statler Brothers said? Whatever happened to Randolph Scott happened to the best of me.
Absolutely. I'm shocked you knew that song.
Hey, that was a crossover song.
It was. That was a very, very good song.
Yeah.
Man. Odie's being quiet. He don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
The Statler
Amy
Brothers.
probably knows it. She's almost like you. She knows all the...
This was a major moment and a picture that has stood still in time. They've made many, many, many statues from this moment. 1943, anybody remember this moment? The flag was raised in Iwo Jima, if I pronounced that correctly.
That's it, Iwo Jima.
I said it kind of fast to throw everybody off.
Man, I tell you, that makes your heart skip, or it should make your heart skip.
Absolutely. As we move forward to look at a few other things, 1954. This was, a lot of people got scared when things were rolled out for shots for the COVID shots. But in 1954, there were people dying of polio every day, and this became a standard to save the American people. The polio vaccine was put out.
You know, and you don't want to compare that to COVID, but you kind of like to go back and what is the mindset of the people?
Right, and that's what I meant by that.
Did they trust the medical community?
Yeah.
Or did they have problems like a lot of people nowadays have?
I'm going to say in 54. What was your thoughts on that?
Well, see, my generation grew up with polio shots, smallpox vaccinations, and we didn't argue about it. We just did it because we knew it was the best thing and it was going to keep us alive.
And you had trust in your doctor.
Yes, we did.
And that was when people actually trusted the government. We have a different, because we all know that there's people that are elected that sometimes aren't always honest, and they get to be in charge of things, and that is where the distrust has come in the justice system and everything that happens in America now.
Yeah, and I wish we could go back. You know, that the doctors during that time knew what you had and what would help and fix you up, and nowadays it's more of hey, there's some pills for that.
Yeah, I forgot all about this. Look at the comments that we're getting here. Deborah says, and also Anita, sugar cube in the school of when you would get this. Do y'all remember that? I'd almost forgotten about that.
Salt tablets, and if you get too hot, you got salt tablets.
Wow.
Playing football and...
Y'all may not remember this next guy's name. His name was Steve Holy. He was a one-hit wonder. Let's just really get down to it. He had a song that he thought his old girlfriend was pretty, and he wrote a song called Good Morning Beautiful. Anybody remember that?
Wow.
1972 when he was born. He hadn't been heard of since. Record label got rid of him.
Well, at least he had one.
Yeah, it's
You
better than
one
none.
more than I do.
Yeah, that's true. As we look to see, this was really, really a good movie. I don't know if you saw Man on Fire or not. Did you watch that?
I have.
It
I want to
ranks
say
it.
I did, but I can't remember for sure.
It is probably, in my opinion, one of the highest-ranking Denzel Washington movies that you could ever watch. And
'Cause
the
I
little
like
girl
Denzel.
that was on there, Dakota Fanning, was born on this day in 1994. I'm telling y'all, if you have not watched this movie, look for it and watch it.
He was the bodyguard.
He was.
And he had the drinking problem.
Yep, that's
Yes, I love that. Now that I remember.
And then he goes and gets the bad guys at the end of the movie.
That's right.
Matter of
That's
fact, I don't want to ruin the movie, but he went above and beyond the Call of Duty to protect that little girl.
Yes, he did. It was an awesome movie. Because I love Denzel, and I'm going to watch with whatever he's in.
Yeah, man, he's a well-spoken boy. I
Yes,
just
he
like
is.
anything. He doesn't. It seems he doesn't take a movie that isn't good.
And makes it good.
Yeah.
He plays whatever part it is, and he is a great actor.
What was The Equalizer? Man, did you not want to be that character?
Have you seen him in Glory?
No, I have not watched that.
That's
Was that
one
good?
he won Academy Award for.
Oh, I didn't realize that he was even in that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, an ex-slave who became a Union soldier.
And went on to, but wow.
And, yeah. And
I need to
it's
watch
very
that
good.
one.
The movie is wonderful.
Also, another high-pointing one that in the beginning of his career, Deja Vu. If you get a chance, where he's a detective.
Yes, that was a great
Home
portrayed
run.
in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Very good, well-made film.
So y'all check that out.
Yeah.
If y'all remember, this happened back in 2020. As we look at things that happened in America, and Georgia is where this went on, and this caused a lot of riots and a lot of things that went on in America. Do y'all remember? And if I'm pronouncing it, how do you pronounce his first name? I'm going to say
Ahmaud.
Aubrey. If you remember, it was he was in that jogging, if I remember correctly, and that father and son cornered him, wanting to know why he was in the neighborhood, and well, the rest kind of happened from there. But it was 2020 that situation happened in America.
Wow.
That did. We're already at 7:40. Believe it or not, the morning is flying by.
Yes.
You've been bringing
Man.
coffee. What you got a special type coffee that you got over there? Is mine not good enough that you won't drink it?
Well, I don't get up early enough to make it at the house, and then when I do, I can only make a pot. I'm one of those
Odie,
that can't make a
8 point-
half a pot.
I don't think there's a store in between your house and mine.
Well, yeah, I've got to go by the country store down here.
Okay,
and
that's
get it because the road's closed between us, so I've got to go around.
Yeah, the bridge is out.
Yeah, so
Palmer
so I have
Flats.
to Palmer Flat Bridge. So I've got to come down to State Boulevard, and so I go in there and get my community coffee and from one
knew
of
something
Maple's shops.
Yep, Maple's got it. It's always clean in there too.
Yes, it is,
All right.
and great people. So that gets my fix before I get here. So I'm good and awake.
Biscuits and all kinds of good stuff.
They do. They've got everything. And then that one out there on 22nd Avenue Heights, man, home cooking.
It is.
Wonderful. I was told to go by in the mornings and get a breakfast burrito, but I hadn't had time to do that.
It's
But I
on
know
your,
the lunch is great.
your list of things to do.
Anyway, it won't be long before you can go to McDonald's and get your senior coffee.
Hush. Alan walking away with the drum beat this morning. We'll be right back as we carry you through this gorgeous morning.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Sandwich meat.
Yeah.
And good morning, Scotty Ray and Odie. Of course, our special guest that we've got with us here, Dr. Alan Brown, who's coming out of the closet here. He's really got some good jokes over there.
He does. He's clowning. Well, he clowned on you, but I thought it was funny too. I'm not like his student.
That's right. Folks, if you've never read one of Alan's books, how many books do you have that you've written? 30 what? 40?
Over 40.
A great author right here from Meridian, Mississippi. Pick up one of his books. It's always enjoyable. I made it to a couple of those books of the adventures that we've had. And Odie, you've got to be a part of this moving forward because it is so much fun chasing ghosts with Alan.
That would be great. And I figured his students would be smarter. Even if you don't think the jokes are funny, there's bonus points when you get to laughing.
That's right.
Come on.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
But yeah, he's had a good morning with us.
It is. As we turn to some other things that happened in the area yesterday afternoon, maybe you noticed a bunch of firemen that were Johnny on the spot, and maybe a few cops standing a few feet away. As we go to I-20 is where this happened yesterday afternoon. An 18-wheeler caught on fire. And let's go to that video footage of what we've got from the incident there. And here we go as we'll go out to I-20 here. If you'll notice all the fire trucks, here's the truck that's been disconnected. They thought it was going to be a bigger fire than it was, and you were telling me what happened to it?
So it looked like the brakes overheated, possibly started the tire on fire. So it didn't get inside the truck itself, but by the time they got on scene, they were able to put that out pretty doggone quick, and it could have been a lot worse, but they were right there ready to get it.
Let's go out to Vimville, where they weren't as lucky yesterday afternoon, where somebody lost a car. What am I talking about? There was a fire yesterday afternoon, a car fire there. Yeah. By the time the volunteer fire department got the word, it was already fully engulfed in the gas tank area. It was put out. It didn't spread, thank heavens. But a big thank you to them for stopping that and not spreading that anymore.
And it was close to a structure.
It sure was.
So, and that's where during the daytime a lot of our firefighters are at work. And that's why we also need more out in the county that are trained, and we do that locally. But we need more people that work night and are at home during the day, or work during the day and home at night, because we've got things that happen 24 hours a day. And we don't live at our fire stations like the city does.
You got to drop what you're doing. If you're in the garden, you got to drop your hoe and run.
And get up and go. So we need people, but they took care of it out there in Southeast Wynot, Vimville area. Great group of men out there, and got a good chief, and they were able to get there and get that saved.
We say good morning to Erica, joining us from Hill Pasture Farm this morning. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate that. Vicky, Anita, Steve, how y'all?
So give us a little education. Where is Hill Pasture Farm?
And I was asking Odie as the camera went on, and the
talking about sandwich meat.
What was that commercial?
Hillshire Farms?
Yeah, and they used to shout it or something like that, if I remember correctly. And y'all tell me this. I constantly get texts from people in town going, been a wreck out here at Bonita again, Highway 19 South. As we turn to that, I think there was 2 to 3 there yesterday.
Wow.
What is it about that red light as you've got Bonita where you turn into there that it's always an incident going on there?
People just don't pay attention anymore.
Yeah, well, maybe that's it. Dog walkers. We also had a fender bender a little bit up from there earlier at the next red light there. Past McDonald's, another fender bender there by Chili's yesterday. That was getting to be a pretty common occurrence there.
Yeah.
22nd Avenue there at Roebuck Drive, the main intersection. Yet another fender bender there yesterday. The Meridian Police Department was everywhere yesterday with these.
They were busy.
Reconstruction is what they call that. What do you call that when you have to go to the root cause of the accident? You have to take that class.
the
I went over
wreck
out-
investigations.
Yeah, I went to the University of Alabama, took that class. They gave me a certificate, said I passed it. Y'all just holler when you need me to investigate it.
Yeah, we could use some extra expertise. I think the easiest way to do it now is here. Y'all had a wreck. You let your insurance figure this out.
Call them.
Scotty Ray,
What you got?
how much did you have to pay for your certificate?
I want to say it was like $1,500 for that class.
Really?
Yeah, if I remember right.
Okay. You'd have to pay a little extra to get the real paper?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
You're gonna be here all week.
Dr. Alan Brown, folks. That was good.
Thank you.
As we move to our next headline here, we invite you out. I spoke with Billy, and all of them want you to come out. Today is the ribbon cutting as we look at this of the Lauderdale County Sheriff's brand new office. They're going to be doing tours, especially to those that may have some warrants out on. You're more than welcome to come on down and take a tour.
Yeah, and look at it from the inside.
Yeah.
And
take a look. It's going to be fun, though. 10 a.m., ribbon cutting. This will be going on through 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's the old Winn-Dixie is where it's located there in the new parking lot of where we're getting the new courthouse and other things in the Meridian area.
And I think the address is 606 22nd Avenue, but I don't think you can get there from 22nd Avenue. And I may be wrong. It's behind the Meridian Police Department. But the easiest way to get there is going to be on 26th Avenue. Like you come to the underpass, the old back way that you went to the mall, come out that way, and you'll be right beside the Sheriff's Department. And go in there and look at it. It's a brand new, nice
Your tax
building.
dollars went to work for
That's
you.
right. So go check it out.
Scotty Ray and Debbie, as we do thank you both for being here with us. We'll be right back with more. If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is a place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite, Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Browse around the gun accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
As we welcome the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, they've been with me day one since we began this show. Can't thank them enough. And what they do, well, they offer you everything that you might need around the house. Rakes, axe handles, stuff that really make you work.
And we're coming up on that time of year with spring where you do need to get out and do your yard work, your flower pots, make the wife happy, the gloves, protect your hands. Now, I tell you, I want to build me a
This is
a
where
patio.
you sit with iced tea and watch your wife dig in the garden.
That's right. That's right. After you buy her the gloves with the flower pot.
You don't want her to have calluses.
That's right. That's it.
Might need your back scratched later.
Because she won't be able to cook good.
There you go. Jackets and a whole lot more. See them at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. They're really good folks, and they will find exactly what you're looking for. Seed, feed, and a whole lot more. When you got to feed those horses and critters, they got it for you. Drop in and visit with them this afternoon. Yeah. I was out and about yesterday, and I had word sent to me. And if you've... everybody gets nicknames as we talk about our friends at Freeman Tractor. I'm out there a good bit. And it is really, truly, we need to do the show live from out there. It's always cutting up. You find out what's happening in Meridian right there because they know more than I do. They stay on top of things.
They know who, what, where.
We've got buttermilk, we got coleslaw, and is it Tinkerbell that works in the back there or Slim Jim? I'm trying to remember. But they have come up with a nickname for you. And they wanted me to pass it on this morning.
Uh-oh. All right, what we got?
You have now forever been named from Freeman Tractor. You are now Festus.
Festus.
They said Odie needs to drop that Odie name. It's Festus.
It's Festus, so I'll be known as Festus from
Only
now
people
on.
in our generation would know who that was.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
It's true. Yeah.
If I had a picture, I would show you quickly of who Festus was. But going out,
You can find it on MeTV.
yes, you can. It's one of the greatest shows around.
Yes, it was.
Drop in and visit with Keith and the gang out there, y'all. I'm telling you, you'll end up buying a lawnmower, tractor before you know what happened, and they'll have it at your house.
Well, that's where I got mine from. You know, I've got that Skag Zero Turn. And,
Boy, that thing's nice,
and
ain't
it
it?
came from down there, and it is wonderful.
Yeah, find out exactly what it is. Let me see here. Maybe I can do this quickly and get this pulled up here. Google and Festus. I guess you can. I guess you can pull it up this way here. Images. Let's see here.
He's got to be.
Here he is.
There he is, right there. I need me a hat.
There he is.
Look at here.
Is he trying to say you kind of look like that?
That's scary. I need to put my glasses back on.
But visit with them. That's a fun thing. We do have something I wanted to bring up that happened in the state of Mississippi. As we look around, a young lady left Alabama, going to Jackson, Mississippi to purchase a car. She gets over there and she doesn't like the car for whatever reason. She goes back through Hattiesburg, stops to get a cold drink, calls her family and says, I'm getting back on the road. She has not been heard of since. The Hattiesburg police have released this. She is Tamika Williams. She's 47 from Theodore, Alabama. She left there and again stopped there, and this happened on Monday afternoon was the last she was seen. She's driving a gray Tahoe, a 2003 model. The tag number is 524-6BA2. And if you've seen her, you never know when you'll see a car like that. Keep in mind, it's amazing how people can be in one place. Whatever you see, report it to the police. Her family is very worried about her.
And anything could have happened, and she got lost, or you don't want to say something bad happened, but if she got down the wrong road and run off into the woods a little bit, and
could be on the side of the road.
Can't be on the side of the road, so keep your eye out.
Yeah,
be on the lookout for that.
Just a few more seconds, and again, Alan, we're going to come see you tomorrow beginning at 12 o'clock, downtown Meridian. Y'all take care of this. Come visit these folks. They put a lot of work for this. Downtown History Walk in Meridian, Mississippi. Dr. Alan Brown, thank you for coming in this morning and being with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Your wife may not let you ever come back.
I didn't know if it was a history walk or the comedy zone we had going, but
it's going on all day in downtown Meridian tomorrow. And a big thank you to each and every one of you that took a little bit of time out of your day to spend with us.
Definitely.
Again, we're here behind the scenes all during the day. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube to get the latest headlines that happens in and around in all our communities. Odie, can't thank you enough for you coming back tomorrow.
Enjoy it. Festus will be here again, so we'll wake up and do it again.
All right. We'll see y'all bright and early tomorrow beginning at 7 a.m. right here, same place, same station. Thanks so much.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.